Hello cinema lovers, welcome back to Rogue Cinema. Ram Charan's journey in Indian cinema has been anything but ordinary. Born into Telugu cinema royalty as the son of megastar Chiranjeevi, he could have easily relied on his family legacy. Instead, over nearly 2 decades, he has carved out an identity of his own through a mix of commercial entertainers, intense performances, and ambitious pan-India projects. From early blockbusters like Magadhira to critically acclaimed performance in Rangasthalam, Charan has repeatedly reinvented himself while carrying the expectations that come with being one of Telugu cinema's biggest stars. The last 5 years, however, have been a roller coaster. In 2022, Ram Charan reached a career peak with RRR, where his portrayal of Alluri Sitaram Raju won acclaim not just across India but around the world. The film became a global phenomenon and elevates his profile to an entirely new level. Yet success was followed by challenges. The same year saw Acharya fail to meet expectations despite the historic father-son pairing of Chiranjeevi and Ram Charan. Then came a long wait for Game Changer, a project that carried enormous hype but ultimately received mixed reviews and underperformed commercially. That brings us to Peddi. More than just another release, this film feels like a statement. Directed by Buchi Babu Sana, the sports action drama sees Charan undergoing a major physical transformation and taking on one of the most rugged characters of his career. After years of fluctuating fortunes, Peddi arrives at a crucial moment, an opportunity for Ram Charan to remind audience why he remains one of the most compelling stars of modern Indian cinema. Sharing the spotlight in Peddi is Janhvi Kapoor, one of the most talked about young actresses of her generation. After making her debut with Dhadak in 2018, Janhvi has steadily built a filmography that balances mainstream entertainers with performance-driven roles in films like Gunjan Saxena, Millie, and Mr. and Mrs. Mahi. While her journey has often been scrutinized because of the famous lineage, legendary mother, and flat performances till now, she has consistently worked to establish her own identity as a performer. Peddi marks another important step in her career, and perhaps her biggest Telugu project yet. Pairing up with Ram Charan in a large-scale rural sports drama gives her an opportunity to reach a wider audience and prove herself in a completely different cinematic space. Before proceeding further, we would appreciate your help and love by subscribing the channel and sharing this video with your friends and family. Let's find out the vital overview of Peddi. Direction. Buchi Babu Sana presents a story that balances high-energy commercial moment with sincere emotional storytelling. His direction is competent and keeps the narrative engaging, particularly during the film's key emotional beats. However, the screenplay occasionally loses focus, and a tighter narrative structure could have made the overall experience more impactful. Despite these shortcomings, Sana succeeds in delivering a mass entertainer that remains emotionally grounded and consistently watchable. Acting. Boman Irani makes a strong impression with a measured and authoritative performance, bringing credibility to every scene he appears in. Divyendu delivers one of the film's more interesting supporting turns, adding energy and unpredictability whenever the narrative begins to slow down. Raghupathi Babu is dependable as always, lending the film his trademark intensity and screen presence even if his character follows a familiar trajectory. Janhvi Kapoor looks glamorous and shares decent chemistry with Ram Charan, but the film gives her very little to do beyond supporting the hero's journey. As a result, her character feels underdeveloped and leaves only a limited impact. Shiva Rajkumar brings dignity and emotional weight to his role, making the most of his screen time and elevating several key moments through sheer presence. Ram Charan, however, is unquestionably the heart and soul of Peddi. Fully committing to the role of a rugged, small-town man fighting for his community's identity, he delivers a performance driven by conviction and sincerity. His physical transformation, body language, and emotional vulnerability help bring authenticity to the character, while his screen presence anchors the film through its highs and lows. Much of Peddi rests on his shoulders, and he succeeds in carrying the film with confidence and commitment. Script, screenplay, and editing. The screenplay keeps the audience engaged for a significant portion of its runtime, particularly in the opening act where it effectively establishes the world and its characters. The script delivers several compelling moments and introduces an intriguing conflict that raises expectations considerably. However, it struggles to sustain that momentum, with the narrative losing focus through an extended middle stretch marked by uneven pacing and repetitive beats. While the writing has its share of highs and lows, the film regains some footing in the final act, culminating in a reasonably satisfying climax that leaves a better impression than much of what precedes it. Dialogues. The dialogues are functional and effective for most of the part, serving both the emotional and commercial aspects of the film. Several mass-oriented lines are designed to elicit cheer from the audience and work well within the film's larger-than-life moments. The emotional exchange are sincere, though they occasionally lean into familiar territory rather than offering anything particularly memorable. While the writing rarely reaches the level of truly iconic dialogue, it consistently supports the character and the story. Technical work, sound and cinematography. On the technical front, the film is one of its strongest department. R. Ratnavelu's cinematography beautifully captures both the scale of the action and the earthy texture of the film's rural setting, lending the visuals a gritty authenticity. A.R. Rahman's background score complements the narrative effectively, despite still not matching his late 90s or early 2000s work. It still enhances the emotional and dramatic moments without overwhelming them. Rather than constantly demanding attention, Rahman's music often works subtly in the background, quietly amplifying the film's atmosphere and the emotional impact. Peddi may not be a consistently great film, but it succeeds in delivering an emotionally engaging theatrical experience. Its blend of community pride, underdog spirit, and mass entertainment gives it enough resonance to connect with the wide audience. While some of its narrative shortcoming prevents it from reaching its full potential, the film, up to some extent, leaves behind a sense of warmth, energy, and emotional satisfaction. Altogether, Peddi is an earnest blend of mass entertainment and emotional storytelling that works more often than it falters. At its core, it is the story of a man who refuses to give up on his people, even when the odds seems insurmountable. Despite its uneven screenplay and pacing issue, strong performances, solid technical craftsmanship, and an emotionally satisfying payoff makes it a worthwhile theatrical experience. Overall, we give 66% to Peddi and congratulate Ram Charan for another committed performance and for carrying the film with conviction, intensity, and undeniable screen presence. Grace us with your views in comment section and please support us by liking the video. And if you haven't subscribed the channel yet, you're probably never going to see us again. And if you have or you're going to, then you're welcome to the Rogue Cinema family. See you soon.